Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another political episode. So, So, we have the state of Oregon. Oregon has just called, as you know, their election results as 2 days ago on the 21st, and it participated in the much larger end of May primaries in a set of primaries and elections where Republicans generally did very, very, very well, but not just in the primaries, but also down ballot. Now, a lot of people say, oh, well, Joe Biden did good in Oregon. He outperformed the odds that of a possible write-in possibility of an uncommitted option. Well, like for instance, write-ins. A lot of people wrote in a lot of candidates. Um, we could take a look at that, but ultimately, at the end of the day, that only got 5.7%. So the theory is, unless it's not on the ballot, like Marianne Williamson or Dean Phillips, and you have to go through the trouble and write it in, people are not going to do it. Yeah, there is a huge pro-Palestine, free Palestine write-in movement in an attempt to get in, as you know, in order to get the uncommitted on the ballot. Well, actually, uncommitted isn't on the ballot, but they wanted to make uncommitted to get delegates. But that isn't to say that write-ins can't win. We know write-in Joe Biden won New Hampshire, right? Write-in Joe Biden won New Hampshire. It really depends on the push you kind of give there. So I honestly think this video is going to be pretty quick because Donald Trump was uncontested. There's no way that we can see the results. Let's see. Um, we could do Democratic Party. And Oregon. Yeah, I just wish that we could find out how what the write-in votes were. But flipping the other side of the coin, Republicans, as you know, swept the state of Oregon, and you'll see it. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But yes, you'll see Joe Biden seemed to do his ultra best in Marion County. And Marion County is, guessing it's one of those deep blue counties, if I'm not mistaken. But we can take a look. Marion County is right here. It has Salem. So it does make sense why it's pretty aggressively blue. Ultimately, Marion County used to be a Republican, more toss-up here. It used to be a Republican county throughout history. Biden only won that county by 1 point. Just 1 point in total. So that's pretty interesting. But it seems like if people didn't really show up to vote in Salem, or is Salem more or just Marion County in general is shifting more to the left. So that is the general theory. Now Williamson seemed to do her best in Sherman County. Like, this is a 70% thing. This is like 60%. It should be a dark blue, dark purple, realistically. But Sherman County, I want to believe Yes, it's further east from the Portland metro, right here. I want to believe it's more conservative. Don't tell me it doesn't have a drop box. I don't think it does. Interesting. Yeah, but I think yeah, it's pretty conservative, I'm guessing. Um in general, not many people live in Sherman County. 1,870 people in general. A lot of people didn't come out and vote in Sherman County. Extremely low turnout. You'll see, oh, Joe Biden received the most votes in the Northwest. That is, of course, where Portland is, and that's also where Salem and its metro cities are located. But there's also areas in the coast, like there's Medford, Oregon, that's also pretty popular in Jackson County. Um, but towards, let's just say, the greater Oregon movement and where that is taking place, there's no, not the greater Oregon. What am I thinking? The greater Idaho movement. Um, Towards eastern Oregon, you'll see not many people live or voted at all. The lead, sure, Biden ended up getting 77%, but barely any votes. Like, I know Sherman County was probably the smallest amount of votes out of them all. You have Wheeler outperforming better performance. Total vote share. Multnomah County basically won 113,988 percent, 86% in. And of course, you got Sherman County, like I said, very, very few people voted. Write-ins. It seems the best that the total of write-ins did was in Grant County. Let's see, Grant County, Oregon. Yes, that is more of a conservative county. So yeah, the far ultra left of the I don't know if they're even a part of the Democratic Party anymore, but they're pushing extremely hard to do the write-ins, but no one really participated in ultimately more conservative, or not even conservative, more ancestral Democrats that live in the east of Oregon that really did participate. So yes, Grant County being probably one of the most conservative. Let's see, Grant right here, 56 write-ins in total, but that doesn't seem to beat Joe Biden's 273 votes. So ultimately, at the end of the day, this seems to be a very, very low turnout election. So 88.1%. Interesting. So that seems to be it for Oregon. Let's take a little tiny peek at the Republican primaries, which are almost done. We just only have Montana, South Dakota, New Mexico, and New Jersey, and then we're kaput. Yes, you'll see Donald Trump being unopposed was successful of carrying most counties 90 over like a 90% threshold. That's really good. However, you'll see in the deep blue counties that there have been some Republicans that have decided to write in their own shenanigans in order to protest Donald Trump on the ballot, as you know. because they always do. But you'll see that as a result, that brought him down to 80%. I would probably say 89%. Otherwise, other than that, he seemed to be doing very good. He pretty much swept the state of Oregon in total. So, interestingly enough, this is the state of Oregon. There's nothing really much to talk about when it comes to Oregon. 31 delegates in total, and by popular vote, 249,203. Let's take a look at the popular vote for Joe Biden. Obviously, it's more higher, but actually not by much. Joe Biden, you would expect to get 100 more thousand votes, but he didn't get 100,000 more votes. He ultimately got like 90,000 more or 80,000 more. So that is interesting. That does really show the momentum that Joe Biden has going into this general election in November. How about who's going to show up and vote for the primary, because Joe Biden's running against Marianne Williamson. He's being contested. And if people are going to vote for Donald Trump, who's going to win anyway, and he's going to win unopposed, they might as well go ahead and not vote, right? They might as well not vote at all. It's a waste of time. People criticize it. So that is it. What do you guys think about Oregon? Let me know down below. And as always, I'll see you all in the next political episode.